Sorry about that. Merry meet Sagittarius. I was just talking to myself here and realized my mic was turned off. This is a 2-week reading for all you Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign starting today, the 5th of July, 2023. Going out to all you Sagittarius. And let's see, today, if you are watching this on a restream on YouTube, you can fast forward through all the shuffling I'm about to do by going to the timestamps in the video description. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Suzanne, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Diane. Thank you so much, moderators, and Sages and friends of Sages for joining us today. Like I said, I was about to tell you, I'm reading with this beautiful Keymaster Tarot today, and I've already purified with this gorgeous Vervain by Panier des Sens, which is a wonderful way to purify a space, especially if you're like me and you don't like to burn sage indoors. I just don't like it. And so I don't use it. So there. 2-week reading. All you Sagittarius, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign starting today, the 5th of July, 2023. Going out to a lot of Sagittarius. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it because it may not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. You can find all of those very easily on my website at ariels-corner.com. Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com. Just click on the free tarot readings tab and find the readings by Zodiac sign. I am having a wonderful day today. I hope you are as well. I'm very rested. I love that feeling of being well rested. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. We have all kinds of merchandise, including tarot decks for sale there. It's actually an affiliate store, so we make a small commission off of each and every sale. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without ads by subscribing to us there. If you want to give us a donation, you can go to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks. And super thanks to all of you for being here today. All right, Sag, I think I'm ready to rumble here. Let's give this a nice clean cut and see what's in the cards for the next 2 weeks for all you gorgeous Sagittarius. Gorgeous Sagittarius. We've got a Fool. We've got a Queen of Swords, oy vey. And then we've got the Pope card. Sag. There's a couple little things we need to talk about here. Okay. Don't let the Queen of Swords play you for a fool, is what it's telling me. See how she's very clear at what she's doing, and he's like, la, 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 whatevs, right? Don't allow your own negative thinking, your own sort of, what's the word I want? Your own judgy thinking and your own ability to sort of like do yourself in by churning negative thoughts. Don't let that happen to you. Don't let that take you don't let her be so sneaky and cunning. What the Queen of Swords is, as many of you know, is she's a personality construct. She's part of a facet of the human personality. And she loves to nurture upset. She loves to nurture conflict. And she loves to do it in a very sly, subtle, really insidious way. And so a lot of times she likes to catch you when you're not being careful, when you're not minding your mind, when you're not minding the energy in your body or in your mind. If you're really busy, or even if you're having a good time, sometimes she can catch you, and you know what that's like. You know, we all do when we're having a good time, and then all of a sudden we just get swept up in something awful inside of our own minds. And what we want to do is allow ourselves to be aware, especially of the words we're using. And words that we're using in jest are especially something that I see in this particular reading. The just kidding and the sarcasm and all of that, it can be fun, it can be entertaining, and it can be not that serious sometimes, but right now it's very serious. It's very much a matter of don't allow yourself to get away with judgy, negative thinking and speaking, even if it's under the auspices of just kidding or under the auspices of having a good time. Making fun of people, sometimes can be funny, but the type of entertainment value that we get out of that is costly. And it's a very large cost, and it's not so much a cost to them as it is to us. So just be aware of it. That's one of her tools. And a lot of times she'll do things and you look at it and you think, well, it's not so bad. It was just a joke. It's no big deal. And that's exactly how she wants you to think. Now, again, I'm not saying that you can't ever be sarcastic, that you can't ever do a funny joke at somebody's expense. That does have its place, but just not right now. Just not in these 2 weeks. Just be aware of that's a way that she can come at you. And because her only goal is to upend your success, is to upend your happiness. She doesn't care about you. She just cares about nurturing conflict, because that's what she's programmed for. This Pope card is talking about how a lot of this might be, too, a distraction about you not wanting to deal with some of whatever this authority problem that you're having. Some of you are, dealing with problems having to do with authority figures and the feeling of being powerless. Some of you might be feeling powerless with your job or your boss or your family, with the government, with the court, with something that just seems like it's too big for you. And so the way maybe some of you are handling that is by just, maybe not being so kind and doing something at other people's expense, because it takes your mind off of whatever this is, whatever this authority issue is. A lot of you might be having this authority issue and you don't even realize you're having it. So one of the things is, if you are feeling powerless, sometimes she can come up and say, oh, I can help you feel powerful. We're just going to make fun of them. Or we're just going to, especially it's easy to make fun of people that it's cool to make fun of, right? Nobody's going to sit and let themselves make fun of somebody that's downtrodden or that necessarily. But if it's some political figure that everybody else is making fun of because they just sort of quote deserve it, then you've got a good cover. You're fine. You're cool, but you're not, because she doesn't care about any of that. All she cares about is undermining your happiness. So just be aware of whatever that is. It's going to be so different for all of you. It's going to be so different for everybody. Just be aware of where that Queen of Swords is working and how she's kind of almost using your own lack of attention or your own, quote, foolishness against you. Because foolishness, the fool on one hand is foolish and on the other hand is innocent. And she wants to take your innocence and turn it into foolishness. That's what she wants to do, and use you to destroy yourself. That's her goal, and it's nothing personal. Everybody's got this. Everybody's got this somewhere in them, but she has no power over you unless you give it to her. Now I'm going to open this up real quick. We've got this Moon card. We've got the 8 of Swords. And then we've got this 9 of Cups. Well, the 9 of Cups is good. It looks like there's a good resolution in whatever this authority problem is. But this 8 of Swords on top of the Queen of Swords tells me that many of you are just churning right now. You're just not able to see outside of your own mind. And she's very good at casting that kind of spell on us, to where we obsess over certain things. And we obsess over things in a way that, that is doing her bidding. It's sort of like the flying monkeys, going around and around inside your head. And it's almost like they capture you and you can't stop thinking about certain things. And they want you to think about the past in a way that's very, that's very illusory. They want you to think about the past in such a way that you get sort of lost in it and stuck in it, maybe blaming yourself about certain things, maybe blaming other people about certain things, but not seeing the past clearly. And the reason why is because if you're stuck in illusions about the past, then maybe you'll just stay there and you'll sort of self-destruct, and then she'll have achieved her goal. Now, you can just stop that in an instant. Her spell is so weak if you decide to make it weak. Remember, it was just a little couple drops of water on the face of the Wicked Witch of the West that killed her. She's weak, right? And so that same little couple of drops of water on this one will kill her as well, or at least shut her up. And that is just breaking the spell of any sort of obsession that you have, any kind of obsessive thinking. I have that technique on my YouTube channel that you can look up. It's really effective for this. It's called the off switch, and I use it a lot when I'm stuck in that. And it's just normal to get stuck in that. Everybody goes through it, but not everybody knows that they can say no to it, and you can. So use that off switch or something like it, and be just as obsessive about turning off the obsession as the Queen of Swords is with you about starting the obsession. And she won't be able to withstand you because she only can exist if you allow her. And if you have the will, if your will says no, I will not, then she has no power. She has zero power. Now, in regards to this authority issue and your feeling of powerlessness, once you shut her down, that solution just appears. It's already there. That solution is sort of baked into it. It's not a problem, whatever this is. It just maybe appears like a problem, or you're afraid there might be a problem, or whatever that is. Whatever that feeling of powerlessness is, it's a smokescreen that she is trying to put over things so that you don't have the solution that's sitting there ready for you. That solution is self-evident. As soon as you turn off this obsession and you stop living in the past, you're going to notice that a lot of these problems that you're sort of been, maybe some of you have been avoiding or feeling like they're insurmountable, or you just have to learn how to live with them, start to resolve themselves in beautiful ways, in just wonderful, magical ways, because that solution was already there. And the reason why I think that this Queen of Swords got so active is because she wants you to miss that solution. Remember what this is. This is part of the ego mind. The ego mind is nothing to be afraid of. The ego mind is not an entity that you have to fight. In fact, if you start fighting with it, then it's happy, because then at least it's engaging you, right? The only thing that you can, the only way that the ego has any power over you is if you start thinking along its lines, because it's nothing more than a habit of thought. It's a system of thought that's habitual in the human race. And so if you learn how to say no to that kind of thinking, it has no power over you. So utilize that. Remember that the main weapon, if you will, against the ego is indifference. To be indifferent to any of these tendencies that you might have to lash out, even in your mind, even in funny ways, even in silly ways, because it's just a smokescreen to keep you away from the solution that's already waiting for you to this perceived problem. I think a lot of you are worried about the future because you're perceiving that the future is going to bring you powerlessness or problems that you can't surmount, and you're just sort of like maybe almost wanting to delay. And it's saying you don't have to worry about it. There's nothing in the future that you have to worry about. In fact, this authority figure is bringing you so much good. So whatever this is, you've got either a solution to overcome whatever this is, or the thing itself is not the bugaboo that you thought it was. It's actually coming with a gift. Either way, the gift is there for you, and the resolution is certain. Your job is to move through the present moment without being cornered by the cynicism of this Queen of Swords. All right. And you can do that by turning off any kind of obsessive thinking and disengaging with your misunderstanding about the past. And the past, it has no power over you. And just remind yourself of that a lot. You're going to do great. The solution is amazing. You're going to be so happy. All right. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Suzanne and Diane. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Sagittarius. Blessed be.